Welcome to Depression Ain't It with Chanel John, where I share my tips from my ongoing journey of overcoming depression and anxiety because I want a life that I love. Don't you? Join me every Sunday for what's new. Welcome back, you guys. Thank you for joining me for episode 2. Now, this is titled 5 Supplements That Can Fix Your Anxiety and Depression in a Month. Now, I know y'all think, you don't believe me, do you? You don't believe me? Well, the fact is, deficiencies in your body could be causing these reactions. So before we even go into what those 5 supplements are, I'd like to talk a little bit about the mind and body connection. Has depression or anxiety ever caused you any physical pain? Well, it has for me. I remember one time I was worrying about what in England we would call a waste man. And just the feeling of that anxiety started to cause this churning pain in my third center, or we call it the gut. And the pain had me up all night and just curled over, just thinking about what could be happening or going wrong. And those things then turn into headaches and other pains, and those things could definitely turn into bigger things like cancers or fibroids. The fact that our mind and body are not connected is such an antiquated idea, and I think so much science now has proved that that's not the case. It could be as simple as going for a walk and that making you feel better, or reducing a headache, or you having an emotion trapped in a part of your body and that's why a pain keeps residing in that place. That is why it's really important for you to pay attention to emotions, the things that you think about, and not treat that secondary to your physical health, because they both intertwine together. So think about it. Do you have a reoccurring pain when you're angry, when you're frustrated, when you're sad? That's your body's way of trying to tell you it's time to heal that emotion. Work through that issue. Please stop ignoring it. Now, let's get to these 5 supplements. So I stumbled on these while doing research and trying to figure out why I was having these issues starting in my body, completely by accident. I've had the whole journey, the vegan diet, the alkaline vegan diet, detoxing my body, juicing for a month, trying to clean things out, and still not realizing that I was deficient in so many things and that was causing so many problems. But for my whole life, I have struggled and suffered with headaches, and I didn't know what the problem was. The other thing is, the daily intake of certain things that we're supposed to have has been replaced because of things like pharmaceutical companies, and the way our food has changed. So what may have worked 50 years ago is not going to work the same now, because we don't have the same amount of minerals in the food, or we need to take 4 times as much for it to be effective, which is just like, who's going to eat 40 apples in a day? Nobody. Who's paying for 40 apples? Nobody. We also had this little situation that happened for the past couple of years that had us locked in the house. And it was very important for me to find things that were natural to protect my immune system. And all of that is included in this here. So it's just interesting when we talk about the mind-body connection, how these supplements were to fix issues I was having and concerns, making sure I'm protecting myself from things. And it also ended up helping this situation with my depression and anxiety. And it started working within a month. Make sure you guys do your research on every one of these. And also, I'll try to put the links below in the description so you guys can find them. First up, we got B12, which was great because I have migraines and I'm slightly anemic, Plus, I need more energy. So I was really struggling with fatigue. And as I was starting to work out, it's so crazy to even think about this because I had to go back and look to see what the issues were because I can remember. Yeah, so I took it for my headaches, being slightly anemic, and to give me more energy for my workouts because I'm out here trying to lose some weight. And the great side effect of it is that it boosts serotonin and dopamine in the brain, which is helpful for helping you lift out of those bad mood states and whatnot. So the brand that I use, I've tried a couple. I tried some liquid brands and whatnot, and now I've switched to this brand called Reveille. So it's really affordable. I believe it's like under $10, and it's a vegan brand on top of that, and it comes with 60 capsules, like the little lozenges tablets that you can like bite down, and it turns into like a powdery texture. So they're really tiny, super easy to take. It has a nice like berry flavor, and it's a simple way of adding some B12 in your body first thing in the morning before you eat and do anything else. So that's a 2-month supply for $8. Really affordable, and it's got you covered. Next up, let's talk about vitamin D3. Now, this is something I didn't think I would need too much of because I live in Los Angeles and it tends to be pretty warm year round, but are you outside getting in the sunlight and getting enough for your body? That's the issue. So, and then also the dosage amount. Now, I take a high dosage than what is generally recommended. I'm not going to tell you how much to take. Do your research. There's lots of information out there on this. I still experiment, and every day is different. Like right now, it's summer. I'm outside a lot. I don't need as much as I was taking, and then I know when I'm taking too much because my head might start to hurt a little bit or have a loose bowel. It's too much information, isn't it? I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, taking a higher dose than is generally recommended, you'll see a lot more benefits for your body. I also took this because of the current C thing, and I wanted to make sure that my immune system is protected, and there was a lot of evidence saying that it was really good for protecting your immune system against that situation. It's also said to be very effective for hot flashes, and then also if you're trying to have children, your levels of vitamin D3 can be very important, just in case you didn't know that. So the brand that I use is Nature Made. Just so you know, I've taken up to 14 of those little tablets in a day and felt no physical reaction, which is why I know my body was desperately needing it. Same thing with vitamin C. You can take high doses and until your body starts, loosely letting it out, you're fine. But again, just so you know, you guys, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor, okay? So, do your research. Next up, let's talk about DMSO. Now, this is a topical that goes from your skin straight into your bloodstream. So it's amazing if you have a pain in an area or a cut. It will heal things faster. But then if you want to pair it with something, it will bring it straight into your bloodstream quicker, right? But the amazing thing for me was when doing more research, I saw that it was used for, I'm not going to use the R word. The correct term now is severe intellectual disability. It's also been used for healing shingles and head and spinal cord injuries. And then also it's been used to elevate meditation, so helping to decalcify the pineal gland. And I'm like, well, if you can do all of that, you must be able to help whatever is happening with me mentally. So I started using it besides the rest of my body, just rubbing it on my forehead and my temples at night and adding to everything else I was doing. And it's been effective so far. I love it. It makes me feel calmer, and yeah, it's been great. But I would say be careful what kind you use. So the kind I use is Arbortrex gel. It uses like a 99.9% DMSO, and it's cut. So they use 70% that and then 30% aloe vera. But I've tried creams before and it made my face completely break out. So the gel has been great so far. They also have the liquid form where you can cut it yourself, and people have made things to wash out their eyes and to heal their teeth and whatnot. There's so many uses for this. It's really amazing. I would check out Amanda Vollmer on YouTube. She has all the information. She even has a book on it. So yeah, if you want to go a bit more in depth with the information on that, check her out for sure. Also, it's a good thing to take breaks with DMSO. So if you're using it for a month and take a couple of days off, or if you want to use it for the week and then take the weekend off. Also, DMSO is a great pairing for our next supplement, magnesium chloride. Now, magnesium chloride you can use the tablet form, but I prefer to use it topically because it's really annoying to have to keep taking these tablets throughout the day. So it's great when you can just put something on your skin and enters your bloodstream that way. Magnesium chloride is great for that. There's so many issues that can happen in your body, and magnesium or deficiency of magnesium is the cause behind it. And it can show up in so many different ways. So muscle cramps, insomnia, irritability, sensitivity to loud noises, anxiety, chronic fatigue, heart palpitations. And those are all things that I experience personally. Now there's other things like fibromyalgia, asthma, kidney stones, cramps and twitches, which I actually experienced too, especially in your butt cheeks. Oh my God, I would experience these really painful cramps in my butt cheeks and be like, what's going on? Am I clenching? Which is crazy. And I had no idea that that was the reason for it. Also, headaches. It's really great to just spray the solution on your forehead and it will help your headaches go away. And also now I've used it. I've tried to find a natural deodorant for so long. I've used so many and failed so many times, but this is really amazing. I love using it as my deodorant. I can't use it by itself because it stings. So I usually mix it with some coconut oil and it takes away the sting or the itchiness, and the more and more you use it, it's supposed to go away. I still experience the itchiness, I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'd rather have a little itchiness and know that I'm putting something in my body that it needs and is effective. So another reason to take it topically is because it can also be a laxative in pill form. And when you put it on your body, you can put in as much as you want and not have that effect. And you want to wait a good 20 minutes before it dries, before you put clothes on, so it doesn't stain your clothes. And make sure you put some coconut oil over it so you don't have that sticky residue feeling. But a bottle of this is only like $10, and I've had it for over 6 months now, and it doesn't seem like it's close to running out. So it's very affordable, and all those things that I mentioned that I was experiencing have gone away. It's almost like I never experienced them in the first place. Experiencing that and then having just a different experience with my mood on a daily basis is pretty amazing, I think, for such an affordable product. And the brand I use is LifeFlow Pure Magnesium Oil. Again, I will try to put the links in the description for all the products that I am mentioning here. Now, I know I said 5 supplements, but it's really kind of 6. But these last 2 is the twofer. So, it's hard for me to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. In the past year, I found my 37-year-old, am I 37? I think I am. My 37-year-old self experiencing what some would consider to be hot flashes. And I didn't realize that's what it was at first because it had started during my meditation process. So I just thought it was energy moving around. But as time went on, it became more and more of an issue. And I was concerned. I don't have children. I want to have children. And it wasn't so bad because I was still having periods. And then earlier on this year, my periods stopped. And so I began to really freak out. And then I saw this video on Lugol's iodine. And it talks about the connection between iodine and menopause, and how women in Japan don't have menopause because they have a lot of iodine from seaweed and whatnot. And so I said, why not? Let's give it a whirl. So since taking Lugol's iodine, those hot flashes have gone away. I got my period back. As helpful as all those other supplements I've used have been to improve my mood, this one, I don't know if it's the culmination of them all together or this one itself has really like boosted me into a level where I don't even think about it as much. It's just, I feel good. If you made me choose one of everything on this list, this would be the one. This has given me more energy. I've gotten rid of brain fog. I use it topically on scars, and I'm starting to see improvement of scars that I've had for a few years now. It's apparently a good replacement for the HRT drug. I don't know if I should be saying that, but I said it. It helps with your thyroid, breast tissue, cysts, and fibroids. You know, you have the cold hands and feet, and it detoxes your body. This thing is a game changer. I think it's really also important to mention this too is amazing to have if you're trying to have children, and also in protecting your children and how healthy they are mentally, physically, while being cooked in the womb. It's also important for me to mention selenium. That's the twofer, which is also important for your thyroid, and it also protects from like insulin resistance. I would take the two of them within 20 minutes of each other. Now, Lugol's iodine, I've been taking the 2%, and it was really hard to find information at how much you should actually take because it really depends on what's going on in your body, right? So I saw a video of the girl who took 4% and she was doing 16 drops in a little bit like a shot glass of water, and then you need to continue to take water throughout the day because it really does pull on water and you will feel dehydrated if you don't. So I started taking I think 28 drops and I went up to 32. Like I went all in. I wasn't playing any games, and I've kind of pulled back a little bit from that. I'm in the high 20s at the moment, and I also do put it topically, like I said, on my scars. I put them on my chest. A good way to see how deficient you are is by putting a drop on your forearm, and if it disappears within the hour, you're really deficient. But apparently most people are deficient in it. And I wouldn't even rub in the drop. I would just leave it and watch it soak right into my skin. That's how bad it was for me. So the reason I can say that this list is going to change your life within a month, because most people are deficient in iodine. Most people are deficient in magnesium. Like, this isn't like a random problem for random people. This is a planetary issue. But no, you can overdo it. So always monitor, make sure you're staying in a place that's good. If you gotta pull back, if you gotta take a couple of days off, that's fine. But monitor what's going on with your body. And now we've come to the end. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am so new in this process, so if the sound is off or anything, I apologize. I'm learning, I'm working on it, and I am happy to take any tips that you have for me. But please let me know. There's a section where you can leave comments. And I'd love to hear from you. What are you missing in your body? What are you already taking? And let me know if you experience any changes. Sorry, when you experience the changes, because you will. Thank you so much, you guys. And until next Sunday. Alright, bye. Have any thoughts you'd like to share? Or any tips that you've used to overcome depression and anxiety? Hit the link. I'd love to hear how you're overcoming. Until next Sunday.